guys? What's up, guys? This is Trey from Team O.T.K. bringing you guys another deck profile for today. And this is a special video because one of my teammates haven't even did a deck profile, and I've been asking him for the last year. And today, a whole year later, he finally wants to do one, guys. So here he goes, my brother, my teammate, Mr. Norvie himself, and we about to get into this deck profile of this Metaphys Invoked. So, let's get into it.
Yeah, he told me I was supposed to do this for a while, but here it is. I'm playing Metaphys for this format. The deck it has so much potential. The fact that it can just bans all special summon monsters, all set cards, and you have the field card in the field, no responsive, it's just explosive. So for the standard build, for those who you should know what the cards do, now I'll explain real fast. I have 3 of the Ragnaroks. When there's no more special summon, I get to banish the top 3 cards of my deck. And if it's for every Metaphys card, not just monsters, every Metaphys card, he gets an extra 300 attack and defense. And I play at least 15 of the monsters, and I play 12 monsters, and I play 2 of the traps and 3 of the spells, so 6 of the spells each. So that's a good half of the deck that he can get an attack boost off of. And whenever he does damage to my opponent's life points, I can special summon another one for my deck. So 3 of him. Next, standard for anyone playing Metaphys. If you don't run this, go back home, talk to your mom, recheck your deck. You got to run 3 of all the boss monsters. So 3 of the Mephist's, 3 of the Tyrant Dragons, and 3 of the Dallases as well. I don't know if you can even see all those.
Yeah.
3. You gotta get their effects go off. They all have the same effect. When they're banished, you can special summon. You can shove them back into your deck. Do a standby phase. The next one that comes up to either A, banish another Metaphys from your deck, B, special summon from your hand, or C, add one from your deck to your hand. And you can chain them where he'll add to your hand and he'll special summon the monster that you just added to your hand, which works with so many different combos because you can either go banish all their set monsters, just set spell and traps, special summon monsters, or you can bring out a Ragnarok. Now, when this one's special summoned by a Metaphys effect, either by Tyrant or Ragnarok, you can just banish all set spells and traps. This one lets you banish all special summon monsters, and this one is immune to traps, and it can attack twice. Believe you me, having Tyrant immune to traps saves you from so many stuff, especially stuff like Strike and stuff along those lines, Torrential. So those are the Metaphys monsters. Don't run the boss monsters executory. You don't need it. The cost isn't even worth it, because if you play the deck right, you shouldn't even have to worry about all that. Now, like you said, I do play Invokes in this deck. So I play 2 Alistairs. You don't need 3. 2 is enough. You're recycling them anyways. And so it just adds, having a combo on field and having all those light, it's too broken. It's too broken. And being able to negate once per turn, it's skills. It's skills. And for the one-ofs, I play 1 Giant Rex, 1 Necrophase, and 1 Maxi. Actually, before that, I play 2 Honest. 3 is not bad, but I had to make room, and 2 does me justice too. Plus, most times, I'm attacking for big numbers anyways, but 2 Honest. And for the one-ofs, the 1 Giant Rex, 1 Necrophase, 1 Maxi. Maxi, best hand trap in the game, hands down, unless you have Spring. Necrophase and Giant Rex. Now, these 2 are interesting. They're both level 4, and I would go Sark if I can. If I want to go for a level 4 a rank 4 or a synchro play, Giant Rex is the optimal card. Whenever he's banished, he special summons himself right to the field. And Necrophase, whenever he's banished the top 5 cards in my deck and my opponent's deck. So it all depends on situation. A lot of times they both put in work. Right. Now for the spell cards. Of course, I run 3 of the field cards and 3 of the other Metaphys card. The field card lets me normal summon a Metaphys monster level 5 or higher. Any of my big guys with no restrictions, and it banishes during the next end phase. But it also allows my Metaphys monster to get all their effects off without my opponent being able to respond to them. So stuff like Floodgut, Trap Hole can be activated if they activate their effects, or I can bring Tyrant out and just protect them. It just depends. And this beautiful card here, I can discard 1 Metaphys card, and sometimes being able to discard this or the trap card if I draw is a dead draw, and to be able to just draw that extra card does wonders. And so the other effect it has, if I do banish one of my Metaphys cards during my turn, my opponent's monsters lose 500 attack and defense, and if it's just my opponent's turn, whatever he has on the field, their battle positions are changed. Man. The next 3 of is, if you're not running this deck and have this, I don't know why. Ghost Sarks. I got the ultra rare, super rare, and the common, but I have the play set. This card gets everything set up. You can either banish, like I said earlier, you can banish Giant Rex to special summon him, Necroface to do that, the shenanigans, or you can banish any of your Metaphys monsters to get their effects on and rolling. Most times when you do the Metaphys monsters, actually every card except for Necroface, if I banish it, it's coming to my hand if it's a monster. Next, I run the 2 magical meltdowns and the 2 invocations for Alistair. 2 is plenty good. They all, like, you know, they recycle. You activate magical meltdown and you add Alistair to your hand, summon Alistair, add invocation to your hand. And because this is a Metaphys themed deck, I don't want to stray too much from the theme itself by putting other incorporations. I also run Vendrez. It's like having people who play Vendrez and only rely on the Omega plays. It's like there's so many different cards you can add into a deck, but my thing is to being able to make a deck that utilizes a theme but also has different things that innovate the supporting engine. So with that being said, 2 meltdowns and 2 invocations. Macabre is just too good. Too good. Next, I do run. Now I'm sorry, I got a proxy. I did buy them. They're on the way in the mail, but they're not here yet. But I run 2 left arm offerings. Now some of you might be asking why left arm offering? Because there's the controversy in it is that you want to banish your Metaphys monsters and get their effects, but what do I search off of it? You see, with left arm offering, it's a good card because I could either add to my hand the invocation if I don't have the Alistair, or I could even add to my hand the Gold Sark. Majority of the times, I'm adding Gold Sark to my hand. Because I add Gold Sark, I can automatically go and banish one of my cards, and that just revolves my combinations. And most times, what I'll do is if I have 2 or more cards in my hand, I try to make it so that I can banish my Metaphys of all times. But if for some example, or for some strange reason, I do have a brick hand, and I draw into my one-of pieces like Necrophase, or if I draw into that, where is it at? It's here somewhere. The Giant Rex. I just had it. Yeah. If I have one of these in my hand, I can easily keep them in my hand, because once they're in my hand, there's no way for me to get them out of my hand and banish them unless I have, well, Macrocosmos or Dimensional Fissure, but you guys know about those. But with these in my hand, they're dead draws. They don't become dead draws. I can banish them and their effects become live. So, proxy, but it's coming in the mail, so don't worry. Next time you see the stake profile, it'll be there. But beautiful card, beautiful card. So many combinations that you can just start. And for the last spell, I run the 1-dimensional fissure until it gets semi-limited or unlimited. Now, for my trap lineup, the pretty much standard traps. I run 2 of the Metaphys dimensions. It's basically a dark magical circle for Metaphys. If my opponent special summons a monster, I can special summon one of my banished Metaphys monsters automatically. Most times, they're already going to be my extra deck, or they're going to be back in my deck because they're effects. But say, for example, they're still banished. It gives me a chance to special summon them before their effects are activated, but I still get a monster to the field. And if also, if one of my Metaphys cards in my possession, which includes my hand, not just the field, and I used to think that it was just the field, but it includes my hand as well, but in my deck as well. And if any of those are banished, for whatever the reason, I can target one of my opponent's face of monsters and banish it as well. And so, this just gives, it's like I told you, the Dark Magical Circle combo. And with that being said, I only run 2 waterfalls. I like 3. I had a 3 for a while, and it just adds another Metaphys card to my hand, but majority of the time, I get my searches. It's not that hard to get my searches off, so it's just a nice little set. If your opponent doesn't destroy it, then chain link, or you can activate it. And it's wonderful, like when you have that Nephthys is banished, and so you can add to your hand. You can just activate Souls at the end of your opponent's turn, and then do your standby phase, so you can add 2 cards to your hand. And so, and then after that, just the 1 Macrocosmos. My deck is 40 cards.
Okay.
And for the main, and I don't have the side decks together, but I do have the extra deck. And the extra deck, I only run a few monsters. Decode Talker, Lynx, Proxy Dragon, Lynx. I don't really summon Lynx, but I was in the tournament today, and I had to actually, I was playing Chain Burn, and a guy special summon lava golem to my field, and to be honest with you, I had to just know some of the monsters and made proxy dragon, and it was my out, and that's how that worked. And so, one decode talker, one proxy dragon. That's it for the links. For the fusions, 2 Macabres, self-explanatory. I should be running 3. I'm thinking about upping these to 3 because it's been times where I've ran out of 2, and I've ran out and I didn't have nothing else to use, and I still have my Alishers and stuff live in my deck. Now, I do run one of the Earths, but that's only because of Giant Rex in case I do have him in the graveyard. But I don't have them with me, so these are just 14 right now. So that you guys know. And so, but he's the 15 card. With Exceeds, Bagusta, he won. I'm surprised they didn't make him an Ultra or Seeker Rare. The one Tornado Dragon, the one Castell, the one Dire Wolf, and that pretty much wraps the Exceeds up. I do go into these occasionally, and I used to play Eater of Minions, and I would use them for targets, but that card doesn't really work for my build. I mean, it's easy to bring out, but I also have other options than just that, as well as I run 2 Omegas because I can bring Omega out with Ragnarok. The one Angel of Zero. Now, this is an old card that people may not know about, but it says this card gains 100 attack for each of my opponent's banished cards, which reminds me, Necroface. And also, during the standby phase of the turn that it was banned, and then the next turn it was banished, I special summon him. And what you realize, when Macrocosmos or Dimension Fissure, he may get banished. There's a possibility he'll get banished, or if I just special summon back this guy, because they destroy all special summon monsters, and so he'll banish Angel, get him out my extra monster zone, and he'll come back like Omega comes back to the main monster zone. So it's a nice little combination you can do there. I run the one Coral Dragon, this and this, and these are just in there. I don't bring them out. I had these in there for my minion of Eater of Minions, and then if I brought them out, if I put them in the side deck and bring it back out, this would just be target for that. And so, with that being said,
that's it.
That's it. That's Metaphys deck.
All right, guys. This is Trey and Norvie from Team O.T.K. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the page.
Next TO deck, tier 0. I'm telling you.
Maybe. And let us guys know what you think. Comment below. This is Trey and Norvie from Team O.T.K. We out.